Hello, artists! Welcome back to Art Life Conversations podcast. I'm Kelly Folsom. I am your host. I am a full-time artist, have been a full-time artist since 2011. I am a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor for artists, and my aim and vision is to help women artists become so much more successful, thriving, and finding more confidence and stability in their art life and in their art business and finding their artistic voice. So if you are an artist that wants those things for yourself and are struggling to do that on your own, then I am here for you. I am here for your support. And so today I'm going to be talking about how to sell more art online if you are just getting started. So if you are a beginner. So the first problem that I know I myself had and I see other artists have, and that is just a belief that you can sell art online. A lot of artists, myself included back then, really thought that, I would always hear this statement of like, oh, collectors aren't looking for art online. People aren't buying art online. That's something that you have to buy in person, that you have to see in person. And so a lot of artists were avoiding, promoting themselves online, avoiding trying to sell their art online. And so first and foremost, it's just, and of course that is, selling art online now, we know right now is over an $8 billion a year industry. So the percentage of art that's being sold online continues to increase year after year after year. So it's just not true that you can't sell art online, and I can attest to that. Last year alone, I sold $75,000 worth of art only online, and same thing for the year prior to that. And so I know for a fact that that's just not true, that as an artist, you can sell your art online. You can learn how to do that. You can build an online clientele base that will buy your work from you online. So that's the number one thing, is that you just have to shift your perspective, shift your thinking in that regard, and know for a fact that it is possible for you as well to sell your work online. Number two problem I see is and I know I felt it too, is just overwhelm. Overwhelm, don't know where to start, don't know how to get started. There's so many options. Do I start on Facebook, Etsy, Instagram, TikTok? A lot of times whenever we go into overwhelm, our brain, of course, will just shut down to possibilities because we're finding it difficult to make a decision. So you really just want to pick one place online that you can get started, whether that's on social media, whether that's through something like, Fine Art America, Saatchi Art, Etsy, eBay, something like that. You just want to make a decision. You want to pick a platform, right, that you are going to commit to learning about, and to trying to sell your art through that platform. I would recommend that you only pick one place to get started, because whenever you pick too many options all at once, it does get very overwhelming. Now if you pick a platform, I would say, commit to that for at least 6 months to a year. Commit to that platform and seeing it through, and really learning about it. And that goes into the number 3 issue that I see happening. And that is sometimes when artists pick a platform, sometimes the tendency is to just go, okay, I posted my painting, and nothing happened, And so I call this kind of like the pasta technique, just like throwing a bunch of pasta at the wall and seeing if anything sticks. And then whenever nothing does stick, because you're really not trying that hard, you're really not trying to learn about that platform and how it works best. Again, what I see happen a lot is that then people go, see, that didn't work. But really they're just, it's like confirmation bias. Like really they're just trying to prove their belief correct that it's not going to work for them. And it's really just because they're either afraid of putting in the time and effort, or they just don't want to do it, So you do have to be committed, to whatever option you choose, and you have to be 100% all in on it. And then you study your results, right? You see how it performed, you see what kind of feedback you got, you see what kind of response you got, and then you iterate on that, right? Then you try to improve on that. You try to optimize that, no matter what platform you choose, you're going to have to do this. This is just part of the work online. It is not going to come easy, for any of us. It certainly did not come super easy for me. I had to learn as well, But then once you start to really get some momentum going, let's say on one platform, then you can expand out perhaps into another platform if you so wish, and try to perhaps capture a different audience. The next problem that I see is just no prices, no pricing. This is either on your website, or on your posts themselves. If you're posting on social media, there's such a mix of artists online these days, from, people who would call themselves dilettantes, for example, or hobby artists. And so it's kind of hard to tell nowadays who's doing art and making a living from their art, and who's doing art just for themselves, and they're really just making art for themselves and they're not interested in selling their art. So you're actually really doing your customer and your audience a favor by putting the price, and yourself a favor by putting the price on your painting. This will automatically, just by itself, let people know that you are selling your work. And if you have sold paintings, you can also post paintings and put sold on it. And that's another indicator to people that you do sell your work. So the whole point of marketing your artwork online is you're trying to attract, your people. You're trying to attract your collectors and your buyers. And in order for them to be, basically validated as a collector and buyer, they need to, see the price and go check out your work and hopefully buy one of your pieces. The next problem is no call to actions. So you'll kind of see this a lot in marketing, where they will say, put a CTA, at the end of your email, at the end of your post. And so a call to action can be as simple as, go to my link in bio if you're on Instagram, to shop this collection, or go to my website here, or join my email list here, check out more of my work here, buy this painting by doing XYZ, DMing me, messaging me. You need to tell your buyer what to do. And so this is called a call to action, or I refer to it as asking for the sale. You're asking them to do something, okay? And if they are interested, they will do that thing. They will email you, they will message you. It could also be asking people to comment, for example, like if you're on Facebook or here on the podcast. At the end of every podcast, I'm asking you to subscribe, to like the channel, to comment, leave me a comment below, or email in if you have a question. This is a call to action. Finally, the last problem that I see and have experienced myself is perhaps doing a lot of promoting and a lot of marketing, say on social media or something like that, but not capturing emails. So if you want to start selling more art online, you need to get people's email addresses. You want to get them on your email list because this is where you can have more personal, direct communication with them. And believe it or not, more people check their email more than they do check social media and things of that nature. So you will be in their inbox. You will be able to stay up to date with them in a more personal way, letting them know hey, I'm working on this series right now, or this is a painting that's fresh off the easel. And you'll be able to have more of a conversation and build more of a connection with them on email, believe it or not, more so than just on a social social media posts. And also just the frequency in which people check their email is more frequent than checking social media. And you never know when that person's going to be on social media, and also how many people are they following. They might be following thousands of people, and so email is a better way to get the most interested people. Let's say if you're promoting on social media, get the people who are most interested onto your email list. So make sure that you do that last step, that you are, and perhaps that is your call to action. You're inviting them to join your email list to learn more about you as an artist, learn more about your work, and see perhaps the most up-to-date, newest works that you've created. Maybe they get first dibs on new paintings. Maybe they get special deals or special discounts on your paintings by being on your email list. So that's my last tip for you today. If you are a newbie and you want to start selling more art online, make sure that you do these 6 things. Okay, my friends, I hope that this has been of value to you and of service to you. As always, leave me a comment below. You can email in if you have a topic you want me to cover at info@artlifewithkelly, KELLI.com. And of course, you can visit my website, my teaching website, which is artlifewithkelly.com. All right, my friends, wishing you all a thriving art life in every single regard. Wishing you so much joy, fulfillment, and success with your art. And I will talk to you next week. Happy painting. Bye.